they still want to commit to it. And that commitment will not put a stop towards OG's aggressive push. And Paradox, oh boy, he did made a lot of appearance, but unfortunately he didn't get to win that gunfight. Tesseract is here, so does Ember. What a recovery, which means that Blackhawk, last man standing, he needs to find the rest of the three players, especially on a post-plan situation. So low on HP and will get taken
So
off.
wanted to send all the way back to Snowman, or at least towards that pillar. Well, it buys enough distraction. Tesseract finds himself in that back line, but it's only good for one. They keep the numbers even here, OG, but they need to make up their mind on the commitment. 2v2, yet again, numbers keep swaying the other way. And this is exactly what OG want. In an inferior buy like this, the ability to boil down numbers offers you opportunities, and that's something that they want to take. By the mouthful, Knight Rider, perfect timing on his peak. From yet again, yeah, OG. They just want to look for some kind of reaction, and they've gotten it. Paradox, the silence, it kept him in bay, not for long enough though. The trades instantaneous from both Ember and the Doctor, who have no hesitation in forcing the issue through 410. This operator suddenly looks like a liability. This Knight Rider might want to carry forward to the round coming forth. If nothing's offered to him, it's still 2 versus 4, so it's going to be hard for them to make do with the numbers. Especially with that operator, you have no ability to break open a crossfire and deny that trade. Looking for the beak here, Tesseract. Almost catches us that he has to go up against. Look at the positioning. Oh, what the hell? Bro, Loki, not like this. Not like this. Finally, he gets a kill on a shooter, and he's bought enough time, and he's pulling the Doctor back. Although that's a kill that he was supposed to take clinically and have the leverage of taking another. Now, doubt appears on the horizon as OG fight off a man deficit, but they have done this before and they are looking to do it yet again. The Doctor is taken out of the playing field and there should be a revive on shooter. Tesseract has that third force, but Blackhawk from the back lines himself a double. It needs to be a miraculous play from Tesseract, and he puts himself in prime position. Knight Rider, he has the info, but not the kill. 5 seconds left, and I'm pretty sure Revenant would want to play retake. It's not feasible for them to try and play that aggressive stance yet again. Wimp finds a kill on a Doctor from the sidelines, and with the spike carrier down, this puts a lot of problems on OG. They've lost momentum. For a moment with that Viper Spit, you assume that they'd have control of the side alongside the wall. But that was simply not the case. If I'm not mistaken, Wimp was on the first floor of the site, so he had a shooting gallery essentially, although Tesseract, that revive cost Blackhawk his life on the second time of asking as well, and the positions are fairly simplistic.
On the attacker's end, but look at that, they have the paranoia. Tesseract gets caught up at the wrong time. Ember is still here with the refrag, but is it more than enough? Not quite sure. Blackhawk is here with the Guardian. 2 kills, and that's more than enough to put OG in a very difficult spot. Shooter needs to make a play. Blade Storm in hand, he also has the spike. But he needs to be worried about the rest of the 3 players. They kind of think that they are in towards the mid side. Plant of the spike will get the information, but not the clarification. Shooter is here. The first shot with the Blade Storm refreshes the ability. Can he get a second? No, it does not. A lot of tensions, a lot of pressure. The smoke is still present. He still needs to be careful of that trade outs because he just needs to isolate this 1v1 gunfight. The suppression will not give the information, but
finally paying dividends in the defense. They need to find a lot more from where that came from. Shooter finds Wimp, and that's a frag that really shouldn't be going that other way. Recon to perfection, although Paradox still finds a way to survive. Finally down though, and the trades still go even, with Blackhawk being the sole survivor of this defense. He's been a pivotal piece of this ace side so far, and he's put himself in a very good position. I doubt that they'd expect anybody towards the server at this moment, and it's Force Swing that can confirm it. Nice support from Knight Rider out of this beast side, as it proves to be rinse and repeat. Revenant ready with utility and firepower to put this to a stop, although that smoke faded at the perfect time. Doctor finds himself the crucial opening. Blackhawk again going to make a play, but they can't deny the plant. No, he goes on the other side, that Paradox, and he still finds a little success. 2 versus 3. Revenant now on the back foot. Hunter's Fury, it buys the distraction, it draws them apart, and the round comes home to
make an opening here. Can we get to see the Doctor make the plays? Flank's been watched from Paradox. Beautiful headshot of that too. Didn't get the confirmation, but eventually did get the kill anyways. But there's a lot of aggressive plays coming in from Vibor Zan. He gets 2 more, but he gets shut down from Logi's end. And this round went
their side, because at some point the stalemate's gonna break. And it all depends on who flinches first. Ember, close range peek, and he was rewarded with the double. Wimp caught napping, and that was a second of indecisiveness. That just a little more. He's in a one and done position even now, and Knight Rider just needs to force the issue before trying to play with fancy footwork there, but he plays with his life, and it's all down to one man. Logi, try his best as he may. Time though, gonna be of the essence. Dodges that 0 point, which gives him flexibility towards yellow. That's all he needed to do. Get the spike down. They have the numbers to work with now. It's a 3 versus 3. Although crucial ultimates are on the board for Revenant Esports. And it's Knight Rider who has to bite the dust. Close range flag. And Tesseract sees that coming from a mile away. The triple. And he brings this round back in contention for OG. And it's Logi to fight back. He has himself the Viper's Pit. He has himself a little bit of a secrecy to work with, but the dog
whereabouts, and if he does not, things will not go too well. Oh, he survives. He gets a kill anyways. Oh, such close encounters, but it's too late. Revenant has got things under control. They've got B control. They don't even have the Viper's Pit. Paradox, Doctor's whereabouts is still not unknown. He gets the refrag nonetheless, encouraging himself on a 3v3 situation. And Ember pre-firing through the Viper's Pit, but does not get any shot, but Tesseract does. With his tour de force swim. Oh, so close, and yet so far 2v2, and it's Revenant who takes things under control.
Revenant should be holding, considering that half of their attack is watching the flank, and the offense for moments crumbles. They have the opportunity to get that revive out, but have no space to do so, and Knight Rider key in making that space work. Tesseract finds Blackhawk on his second time of asking. And it's Knight Rider who yet again needs to make a hero play, although that's unsuccessful, and Paradox position given away. The Hunter's Fury is just an inch off, and it gives Paradox a little bit of breathing room where he takes Tesseract down. Is the shoulder spotted? Shooter's already made his way through the rope, and that is towards this main position, and they're expecting Shooter to pull off such a play. The swing. Oh, Tesseract still finds Blackhawk though, and they have another chance here to find Tesseract, although Tesseract snapping back after that first shot. Oh, they know it. They knew the play from Paradox there. There's been a lot of lurk plays that Revenant have been pulling out, and the fact that it still worked on Tesseract is astounding. They need to take the fight, and it's successfully into the hands of Revenant. Well, the fight plan certainly has. 5v5 post plan, and Loki on this lurk. He's been discovered prior, but he's not accounted for, and this could be map point. Revenant Esports, yet again, able to make that lurk play work, and in a crucial round like this, it's a heartbreak. Orangutan gotta be feeling gutted right now.
They will not look too good, that's for sure, OG. Tesseract and Vibor, what can they do in this situation? They've lost 3 players, and it's all down to Vibor to clutch out of one. He'll be able to find the info on Doctor's whereabouts. We'll be able to take it out nonetheless. But the tension is what you need to be careful about. Wimp and Paradox, job well done on being patient, and that patience will reward their control on the A side. It's just 2 players left, and Team Orangutan, they're not looking too good. Revenant, my god, what have they done on map Icebox? This agent composition is looking way too strong, and even more so, they get to remove the rest of the players. Need to confirm their whereabouts, and that well will give them the information nonetheless, but you still have the Yoru. Will get the opening frag out. It's Vibor at the hands of one. The trade out is still present, but it's too late. They got the control on the spike, and Knight Rider is the only one man left. He'll be able to get he'll be able to succeed in taking out one of the players, which means that Doctor needs to find something else, and he will deny the spike. That's a beautiful shot, and Doctor, and he gets the third. The third is what mainly important. The like that will not look too good, especially on that mankind advantage. 4v4, Tesseract knows exactly what's happening. He'll get the weapon upgrade. Phantom at the hands of Tesseract as he succeeds in taking out Logi. And with the controller out, and also one more taking out Wimp, things might not look too well from Revenant's end. Position has been compromised. Things are not looking good from Revenant as Team Orangutan. They're looking so strong, but Blackhawk is here. Another 3 kills to take out Ember and Tesseract. And now it's all in the hands of Vibor. Orbital Strike is present. He can just lay back.
And a moment's notice, Shooter. Oh, that could have very well been an aggressive first peek, but it's Knight Rider who finds the double opening of his own. Paradox beautifully using that decoy. And again, Revenant look to be in control top down under. 2-man advantage. And Orangutan need a hope that they're able to catch something in their rotation midst. The Doctor trying his very best, but he's only good for one. Logi quick on the trade. And it all boils down to Ember in this 1 versus 3. Already very familiar with the position that Knight Rider has. Ember, good shot on the first. Paradox anticipating that peek from Ember. Takes it to the back lines. The flash spots the stun. Oh god, they're just both loading the side with utility. Ember, quick with that wall, but that outplay is out the window real quick. And Wimp watching for Shooter's aggression. They have the Rolling Thunder here on top of the Viper's Pit and the Nightfall. This is a utility brawl that we're getting to witness here in the B side. And Logi needs to be the man strong and in charge. He has himself that Viper's Pit's covered to work out with, but we've seen a lot of barrage fire in the past clear this pit, and Logi is playing this delightfully well. It still, however, boils down to a 2 versus 2. Orangutan have navigated this pit fairly well, and they are in touching distance to maybe taking the dub here, but Logi is the difference maker, and he continues to be this mid control. Tesserakt's trying to make a small lurk play, but instantly gets punished. And again, this is the problem when you're playing Pearl against a team that's well prepped for it. The play towards mid is so crucial, and if you don't know how to play off each other well, it causes a lot of problems, which Logi is thorough in exploiting. This time, a small change in that trend, and they of course have that Viper Spit as well. Logi almost lines himself the double yet again. They finally put him to a stop though. And it's Vibor who steps up to make the play. Knight Rider finds the Doctor. And that is a crucial piece of the puzzle. Both the controllers out from the side of Revenant, which make this round far more doable for Orangutan. They need to be vigilant in the gunfights they take. And now Wimp's left with an all-to-do 1 versus 2. 8 bullets on the verge of pulling off a berserk play. And Tesseract needs to draw back the aggro. Audio deprivation that Wimp's now gonna suffer from. And Tesseract, more importantly, has the reveal. Nah, doesn't even need it. Wimp.
Information that he could gain from the Nightfall itself was so very much important. And look how OG's pushing towards it. Blackout intimidates this. He gets 2 kills, and so does Ember. To take out Blackout and Logi. Immediate resurrect at the hands of both. They'll get their controller back. But what will they do? Well, now we see them pushing in towards the side on B. Paradox gets the opening. He has to take out Shooter, but is it more than enough to get the control? Wimp is here. They got the control on the side. Post plant is in. Knight Rider, he doesn't miss his shots. It's all at the hands of Doctor. All by his lonesome. A 1v2. He could use his smokes to his full potential, but it's already being used. But wait a minute, Wimp. He gets to use his Rolling Thunder, and it doesn't affect towards Doctor, which means he has the opportunity in his hands, and then Doctor!
For Orangutan to find themselves in. Although that was a very crucial shot, which Shooter was able to connect. Wimp, a predictable off angle, some might say. Although they line up, Shooter grabs that kill yet again and is a menace for Revenant so far. Paradox needs to pop the hell off, but he's put under so much pressure, his TP doesn't end up working. And it's all on Loki, the hero with the Viper's Pit prior, still not accounted for, and he needs to make the play. The defuse being stuck, he doesn't spam it, no!
But that's not the only team that they want. I mean, even Revenant wants a chance, and that chance will be even more promising. Look at that. Fight's been happening, and now it's Team Orangutan who gets in at the back end. Doctor is here. He gets to take out one more, and it's now Blackhawk. The last player standing, no more. As by the decoy, and it's Paradox time to shine, and he gets so much information regarding this execute. He needs to back off. He needs to wait for his team to arrive for their backup to commands. And look at the angle from Paradox. Gets one. Before Tesseract, they just looking strong on their hold. But they don't have enough time. They only have 10 seconds. They need to rotate fast. They need at least 4 seconds for that plan to proceed. And they won't have any problems in doing that. Wimp, he thought that the execute was on the A side, but now he needs to secure B. Post plant. Can he succeed this retake? Shooter knows exactly what's
the fights which they like, and very, very conveniently not take the ones that they don't want to.
Yeah, Knight Rider. He's popping off with the op. So does Paradox.
Teleport's ready.
Taking out Doctor. What just happened in this round? I believe that the timer that they have really did put themselves in a really good mood. Now we see Orangutan, they're just not looking too good at this execute itself. Host Pran is present with the hands of Orangutan, but they don't have enough man count to hold their ground, and it's an entire wipeout. I think the advantage, even if he doesn't get the lead or not, but it has to happen nonetheless. Here comes the counters from the breach, the rolling thunder. Turns out it's working out well from Ember's favor. Instead, Spike needs to be planted nonetheless, but there's aftershock and the orbital strike will push them even more further. Oh boy, what a deletion from Blackhawk. The doctor is here, the controller. He needs to put things under control. The cosmic divide is here, so does the push. But it's been taken care of from Shooter. The op shot was so pristine, but Wimp is still here.
30 seconds left.
But he's all by himself. 1v3. Here's the footsteps. He'll get.
We go back to an equal position. We've seen this on multiple occasions. Perfect usage of the decoy from Paradox enables him to get that first, and he's going berserk! Quad kill in total! Paradox sending them back into the hills, outside the Viper's pit, as he's forced to make a play, but they just play around him. Ember, gun barrel spotted, and Paradox a little too shaky on his aim. Now the game is a problem, as they've lost the numbers here, Revenant, and they're lining up for the doctor, who dissects this yet shut down by Revenant's Loki, who are looking to re-aggress into this. Tesseract shooting the decoy and Loki on the other side of that nebula, but he holds his breath as he holds the trigger. Knight Rider gets another from heaven, although the trade's in from Tesseract. Paradox needs to make that play. He spots the leg. He gets Ember to bed. Man advantage Revenant. Shooter needs to yet again go above and beyond, but how much can you expect this man to do? Paradox gets one of his own, and it's all on a Tesseract. HP abysmally low. And the
They've got this opening. All they gotta do is just hold their ground, and that is more than enough. They'll just put themselves on an OP, and here comes Shooter. One kill, so does Paradox, but back again, it's at the hands of Team Orangutan. They get one more. Vibor looking very strong with the op. Actually, not the op, it's just the Vandal, which means that it's Logi. He'll get the upgrade of the weapon. He needs to clutch this 1v3, a desperate attempt to win this clutch, to put themselves back on overtime. It can happen. He has to take out Tesseract.
Smart play though. They like to yin-yang with their aggression, and Tesseract solely caught off guard, and Shooter comes back with a little bit of life. He's stunned by his own teammate, and that's allowed his enemies to close in the gap. Paradox finds the kill through the cloud burst. This is so chaotic that there's fighting happening all the way through defender spawn. They now find a way to stick the spike, the aftershock to take them off, and Blackhawk yet again put in a situation to pull off that hero play.
Here comes the flash from the doctor. Another flash to ensure that Blackhawk won't have any more chance to hold his ground. And can he succeed? I think he does. But time's running. He needs to get the spike defused. CV post well for Revenant Esports. Might be looking too well on this bonus round. And maybe we might be able to find one. Oh, no, it does not. Headshot from Shooter's end. He says goodbye. Gets control immediately. But does he get to take out Loki? Yes, he does. That's the second kill. But health sacrifice, he'll be left with the he'll be just left with 5 HP, but nonetheless, he'll be looking very good on this hold. And I gotta say, for OG, getting a Vandal on round number 2 really put a lot of help from their ends, and look at that! OG, they are not gonna let an inch for Revenant Esports to find a way, and even with the aftershock, he gets one! Ended out being a trade at the hands of Wimp. 1v2. There is high likely a chance that a clutch can happen. Shooter is very low on HP, but not towards Bibor. If he gets to succeed, he needs to get this shot, but a plan. Quick succession of side control on C, and Bibor, he's just looking at the flanks. Paradox using boom bots to see whether if they can get an opening or not, but Tesseract might lose, but Bibor is still alive. He's still here with the Sova. Not a lot of utilities to work it out with, and Shooter, he's just looking strong on the side itself. He gets one, he gets the second. Blackhawks
box flashbacks, and understandably so. Tesseract, he's given the confusing opportunity of having options, which at least his comrades end up dealing with that situation in a clinical manner. No more aggression whatsoever for Revenant. The respect that is long overdue now needs to be delivered, and it's Knight Rider who's holding that passive angle alongside his operator. He is a force to be reckoned with. Orangutan, though, in prime position to get that spike down and start playing the objective, start playing the timer. Shooter dodges the flash, and he's flashy himself. Oh, what's happening here, dude? I've been seeing quite a bit of this since Pearl. Oh, goodness Christ.
Has been given, but he will go away at the right time. Smoke's presence won't be present because you don't have to use those utilities. Tesseract! Man!
Trades.
Oh, the trades. It's looking so well, but still can be in the favor for Revenant because you still have Showstopper from Paradox, so it could go out well.
To deny this, except maybe that play. Black Man. What? Blackhawk does it! Unthinkable play. He just flexed ninjas on them. And now he delayed that. He made.
And this is concerning. Shooter, he's so confident he'll get one. Rolling Thunder is here. Tension starts to fall apart. He gets the second one as well. An entire side control at the hands of Team Orangutan. And now they're just panicking all over. Blackhawk is still here. He gets to take out Vibor. The flank watch has been taken care of as Knight Rider. Still making his best share of efforts to hold his ground. But is it more than enough? No, it does not. Ember is still here with the Phantom. They have all the control that they need. They know that the entire A side is... His presence has been shown from Revenant's side. So they'll just fall back, plant in towards the B site. And now Revenant. What can you do? Ember gets one more and it's all down to him. He needs to save this weapon because they don't have much. When it comes to eco round, he won't be able to... But he still stays alive. Nonetheless, he execute is in. So does the problem.
Stop
Fury. Everything. This man cannot be stopped. And even with the rush being made from the C place, I don't think that the flank will be taken care of. There might be still a chance though, 2v2. They might get the upgrade of the weapons. But is it more than enough to get the succession on the kills? Not quite sure. 2v2,
Look at the positioning.
Nightfall presence on towards C. That is not good. That's the most important utilities. That's gone. And Logi, he has the information regarding the last two players. But can they succeed? No. Ember gets one. It's all down to Wimp.
He knows though.
Yeah.
Just needs to watch. No, the punish is not in. Problemo. That's what I sense. A lot of problems. Revenant Esports. They're using a lot of utility. Wemp. This is how the Rolling Thunder. He's been tagged by the drone and he's been domed by air code. You'll have your own chance to not only enjoy all this Valorant goodness, but the esports festival that we have in store for absolutely free. And that's what it feels like Orangutan are winning this map on the back of a free and frugal effort from Revenant's end. As it's bound to be map and match. Go, a lot of OG haters in the chat. I think OG have just made a couple of fans today. They have made a lot of noise in this group stage, and at this moment they look set to perform what nobody assumed could happen in this group stage, which is perform a clean sweep. They're 2 kills away, and Shooter, he's feeling himself, and he's firmly denied by Wimp. Positioning though, really good from Vibor. Nice shot with the frenzy up close and personal, and this is where you get shredded like cheese, don't ya? Cheesy victory. Orangutan